PCI Media, Vancouver, BC. Today is Thursday, March 23rd. Welcome back to the new PCI Daily News Roundup brought to you by Philippine-Canadian Inquirer, the only Filipino-Canadian newspaper distributed across Canada, and CanadianInquirer.net, where you can browse for the latest news development with complete stories anytime. I'm Manny Noelabuel. Thank you for joining us. We have the latest news development. In the news, Palace slams New York Times report on Duterte. Presidential spokesperson Ernesto Abella said on Wednesday that the New York Times report about President Duterte is a, quote, well-paid hack job for well-heeled clients with shady motives. The report entitled, quote, Becoming Duterte, the Making of a Philippine Strongman, had allegedly selected facts in order to bully the president. Abella said that the report only focused on the president's rise to power in the context of violence. He said that New York Times did not recognize the chief executive's accolades in Davao, where he was recognized, which made him who he is today. He said that although the president detests Western liberal views, he only has the best of intentions for the nation. Abella also referred Duterte as an outsider who vowed to, quote, reduce poverty and restore the people's trust in the government. China and ASEAN to discuss Code of Conduct. Acting Foreign Affairs Secretary Enrique Manalo said yesterday that China will be hosting a meeting with the members of the Association of Southeast Asian Nations, or ASEAN, in May, in order to discuss the framework for the Code of Conduct for the South China Sea dispute. Although a declaration on the conduct of parties in the South China Sea had been signed in 2002, the framework took 14 years for all the parties involved to come up with a binding Code of Conduct. This conduct promotes non-aggression and militarization in the disputed areas. Manalo said that the conclusion of a framework will be a big step in achieving a code of conduct. Meanwhile, it is still too early to predict the elements of a framework, as everything will also be subjected to a careful negotiation with all the parties involved. Duterte opposes Robredo's impeachment. President Rodrigo Duterte is opposing plans to impeach Vice President Leni Robredo, saying that her statement on video did not violate any laws despite striking political differences. The president argued that Robredo's criticisms of his political agendas are just part of the country's democracy and that it was an act of exercising her freedom of speech. He also said that motives to impeach Robredo would only disrupt the country's political stability. The president himself is facing an impeachment complaint in the lower house. However, according to election lawyer Romulo Macalintal, a supplemental impeachment complaint filed against Duterte over his pronouncement regarding China's presence on the country's territory may be rejected. He said that the Constitution provides a one-year ban rule for newly elected officials. And that's the Roundup News for Thursday. Thank you for joining us. I'm Manny Noelabuel. We'll see you again tomorrow. Goodbye.